Okay, so I haven't done a tier list video in a while, and that's because the last update, the best unit that was like the best addition to the update was Troy, and he's a really good unit overall. Yeah, he was the best unit in my opinion, the best unit overall because he's amazing in story, raid, infinite, uh, trial, whatever. However, he didn't really change the infinite meta that much. But with this most recent update, we got Meta Knight, who completely just changed the meta. I think it's a really fun meta, the one we're in right now. These guys who got wave 69, they started skipping from wave 61. So basically what happens, to get 71 and 69, you have to beat wave 59 and 60. Obviously you have to beat 58. You always have to beat 58. But the thing is, 59 airs, a lot of people have trouble with. We found a way to consistently beat those 59 airs. What we have the problems with is that wave 60. Wave 60 is so hard. There's no air units, it's just ground units, but there's 5 decelerates, at least 5 decelerates, that just come storming in at once. And there's 3 explosives, and the explosives have so much health. That's the real problem with the wave 60, is that we have to kill the decelerates as soon as possible. But then there are explosives in the back which have like 12 million health in a trio. We haven't beaten the 59 ground units in a duo. We beat the air units all the time, but not the ground units after the air units. But we have done in a trio. And that's the real reason why I'm making a tier list, is because we beat 59. And we've actually advanced to 60. Now if you want to know how to get to 69 and 71, basically you can skip 8 waves maximum when it comes to ground units. From the very start of the wave until the very end, you can skip 8 waves. So these guys started skipping from 61, the guy who got 69, because they probably beat 60 and realized it's way too hard, but they didn't know that 61 is so free. And I'm guessing these guys at 71 skip from 63, which makes a lot of sense. I don't know what 62 is like, but if you ask me, I don't know, but it really looks like you can actually get higher than 71. These guys who got 65, I don't know what the hell happened there. I mean, they beat 59 and 60, but they only got 65, unless they didn't get any airs. Or you know what could have happened was, I think they beat the 59 airs, but they just skipped right after they beat the 59 airs. They didn't want to like kill the grounds, because the grounds are such a pain to deal with. That's my only guess. I don't know why they only got 65. Anyways, okay, here we go. So these are tiers that you don't ever want to get, F and C. C, I guess they're okay if you have them, but no, they're not. No, they're not. Never mind. I take it back. But yeah, you don't want these, honestly. So now let's talk about B tier. B tier is basically the older units that like they once had a spot and you don't really want to use them ever again. I'm gonna put like Luffy and Stark just to give a good base of where B tier stands like right now. It's a weird tier. It's like they're not good, but they're, I guess, for new players. I guess I don't know. They're just a decent place to start for new players. As well as Rengoku once used to be a thing at one point, but then I think somebody else had a better burn. I think it was Natsu. Yeah, Natsu had like a better burn, so it wasn't even worth using Nezuko, or not Nezuko, Rengoku. B tier. This guy, what's his name? He's only up there. His damage is garbage. There's no doubt about that. But his range, 65 range, could be okay. So I'll put him up there. Although he's not very good. Although here's a unit that I want to put in B tier just because I think he's not a bad unit. He has a lot of damage, and I may regret putting him here. Maybe I should put him low A instead of high B. But Gon, if you take somebody else like Ichigo, which I'll cover on later on, the new Ichigo, his damage, Gon's damage, is not much more than Ichigo, and he has less range. He doesn't even have full AoE, which like Ichigo does. He has a way higher, well, not way higher. He has a higher SPA, and he costs way more than Ichigo. He is so expensive that I don't think it's worth even putting him on your team ever. But I may get a little hate from putting him in B, so I might just put him like low A. But honestly, in my heart, I would put him B. Another surprising unit that I think people overrate all the time is Rukia. I'm putting Rukia in C tier just because I know a lot of people like put Rukia way high up there, but honestly, why? Why do you put Rukia so high? It's a garbage unit. You freeze. Sure, it has a lot of damage. It's got decent stats. There's no doubt about that. But freeze is so bad in this game. You freeze somebody, then you can't time stop them. So, I mean, the only things that you can actually freeze that you can time stop are no, the only things that you can freeze but you can't freeze, I should say, are the air units, which you can time stop without worrying about freeze. But if you're gonna, I guess the only reason to use Rukia is that if like you're trying to freeze ground units, that you can actually focus on air units. But that's not good time stopping if you'd ask me. Other than that, only other reason I can think of using Rukia is if you're just lazy at time stopping, or you just don't know how to time stop, or story mode, story or raid. But this is an infinite tier list, so I'm not gonna talk about that. But yeah, Rukia, if you have Rukia and you were tricked to think that Rukia was actually good, hey, at least she's good in story, like really good in story and raid, especially raid. She's really good in raid. Definitely must have in raid. I don't know if must have, but very good. Oh, I forgot about Broly. Broly is a good B tier unit since we're on B right now. Nami, if you need money, if you're using very expensive units, so Nami, I guess. Whitebeard, I think that's a wait. No, I'm gonna hold off on Whitebeard. I don't know where SNS Plus is standing right now. Bulma, I'm gonna put a must-have, still a must-have unit. Where's that new unit? Meta Knight. Here, Suzaku. That is the reason why I'm making this tier list. Suzaku will carry you so far. Wave 55 guaranteed. See, if you don't have a Suzaku and you're struggling to get like past wave 50, or I should say if you're struggling to get past wave 60 or wave 50, then Suzaku can carry you there easily. You just put an Irwin buff on him and easy carry. Speaking of Irwin, might as well put Irwin up there as well. Suzaku, he destroys at least to 55. He can carry you even past 55. He can carry you all the way to 71, I guess. Not really carry, because you still need other units to get to 71, but he pretty much does most of the work till 71. So yeah, Knight obviously must have. Gojo is another must have. Time Stopper, and I think that's all the must have units. And I'm not. Oh, am I forgetting somebody? No, I'm not. Those are the only must have units, and I'm saying that because I think Light is not as I don't think he's a must have anymore. You look at the damage that he's doing, and there's a new unit which I'm gonna play right now in S Plus, Ichigo, who does more damage than Light. Surprisingly, who would have thought that we have a unit that does more damage than Light? But yeah, Ichigo is the highest damage AoE damage that we have in the game right now. However, it's only 22 range, which kind of sucks, but it doesn't actually matter because with the slow and time stops, you can get Ichigo to hit 9 to 11 times depending on the wave, I guess. But if you put him in the back corner, he can hit 9 to 11 times. Now you use 16 or actually 16 or 8. Let's say 16 Ichigos hitting 9 to 11 times. And I say 9 to 11 because it depends on the wave, but it also depends on the placement, because only 22 range, it's hard to place in one single corner, so you gotta put in 2 corners, I would think. It's hard to, Ichigo 22 range is hard to place down, but if you can put it, if you have good placement, you get that 11 time hit. If you can hit 11 times, you're doing 2.2 million damage, and lights only do 1.7 million damage. So sure, Ichigo can also, usually you're gonna hit around 2 million damage, but if you have 16 lights, or 16 Ichigos. But I mean, the placements can also get you to you can only hit 9 times depending on the placement. The only reason why I don't think it replaces light though is because, well, there are many reasons, but mainly because it doesn't hit air units. But yeah, even if you get 9 hits, Ichigo is doing 15 or 12,500. 12,500 times 8. Wait, no. So yeah, if Ichigo is hitting for 12,500 damage, if you get 8 Ichigos, that's doing exactly 100,000 damage. Except it's not exactly 12,500, so it's a little bit more. But 100,000 damage every single hit from Ichigo. And Ichigo has a 4.7 second cooldown. So what we did is we looked at a video from Wave 60, one of the runs that we had on Wave 60. And I just calculated Ichigo's range, the time the first enemy enters in Ichigo's range, and the time it leaves. And then I just divided it by 4.7, which is his cooldown, SPA cooldown. And that's how I got to 9 to 11 hits. It depends, because some runs, I guess the time stops are off, or I don't know, you're not getting the exact same time every single time he gets into Ichigo's range. So yeah, you can hit anywhere between 9 to 11 hits. Let's just say 10 hits, so 2 million damage for 16 lights, or 16 Ichigos, and 16 lights is 1.7 million. But he hits air units light, and as well as a full AoE, so there's that. I can't tell which Blackbeard is the 6-star. I think this one's the 5-star, so I'll just put him in B. But this is also another must-have. I forgot to put Blackbeard in must-have. Yeah, that's my bad. Yeah, there's the 5 must-haves. There we go. Again, I don't think light is must-have because you can replace light with Ichigo if you really want to. I don't recommend it, but you can. Or you can just use both of them. However, there's another unit, and I'm really bringing out all the hype early on because I don't want this video to get boring. But Gilgamesh, easiest. Actually, I don't know if because light hit air. The thing is, light hits air units, so I don't know if he's better than Gilgamesh, but I don't know if he's worse than Gilgamesh. But Gilgamesh is gonna be the best S+ tier in this. Okay, you look at Meta Knight, he's obviously the best damage dealer, but other than Meta Knight, Gilgamesh is the best unit in the game right now for ground units. Let me explain why. Now, it's hard to tell you 100% that he's the best ground unit, but from the numbers we're getting, it really looks like he's the best ground unit. Now, it might be light, it might be Ichigo, but it really looks like Gilgamesh. Now, here's just numbers that we're going to throw. Gilgamesh is doing 313 damage every 0.1 second. Now, with the Irwin buff, that's 939. Now, you times that by 10, so you get an idea of how much he's doing per second. He's doing 9,300, something, almost 10,000 damage per second. Now, let's times that by 8 because there's 8 Gilgamesh, for one person. That's 75,000 damage. Now you don't have to. You just have to trust me on that. You can do the damage calcs afterwards, but that's 900. Or no, it's 75,000 damage per second from every single Gilgamesh. Now the thing is, he's hitting for 0.1 second, or for 75,000 for 1 second. Now you have to calculate his range. He has an amazing range of I don't remember his exact range, but he has an amazing range. You calculate when the first enemy from Wave 60 enters his range and then leaves his range. We came to 14.5 million damage overall. That's how much Gilgamesh is doing. 14.5 million damage overall. Now he's a single target unit, so that's why I'm saying overall. To the very first enemy in the front. That is like only 8 Gilgamesh. That's like and then that's like the explosive on wave 60. That's like the health of the wave 60 explosive in a trio from just 8 Gilgamesh. Now you put 16 of them, and that's like 29.1 million damage, which is insane. Okay, it's not exactly, it's roughly 29.1 million because there's a corner that Gilgamesh cannot hit. The best placement for Gilgamesh, there's actually a corner it cannot hit, so the damage is not 100% 29.1 million. It's actually just roughly around 29.1 million, because there's that one corner which I don't know how to like not calculate that into the damage. So yeah, Minato, I actually don't know how to calculate his damage because he has a Koneui and he changes his where he faces, but I would assume he's still S+ tier because he's like a great ground unit. I don't know how to calculate his damage, but he's almost as good as he's actually the best ground unit after Ichigo, right? And Gilgamesh, obviously. And Light. Right? I think so. And Gogeta is still S+ because he's worse than Ichigo, but he's the next best AoE unit. Mihawk I would still put in S+. Although I put him like low S+, and then Roy as well. Roy is also S+. I think Roy is better than Mihawk now because the only reason why using Roy or Mihawk is if you're struggling with the air units. Like if you're trying to kill the air units on wave 59 and you're struggling with Knight alone, even though Knight alone can deal with it, Mihawk and Roy do a better job with it. However, the thing is that Mihawk only attacks the very first enemy within his 120 range, and he doesn't do that much damage. So by the time the air units actually get to the front, Mihawk is attacking when he gets to like Roy's range, the air units. So I think Roy is probably just better to have than Mihawk. I was thinking of putting Mihawk S tier, but I just couldn't get myself to do that. S tier, we'll just put Frieza and who else is there? I guess this guy. We forgot the other time stoppers. Yeah, they're still great. If we're gonna put Nezuko, I don't even know where Nezuko goes. I guess Nezuko is good. No, you need a bleed unit. It's just unfortunate you need a bleed unit for Nezuko, but otherwise a decent unit. Forgot to place a bunch of these guys back in B tier. Wait, what was Fuji? I don't remember Fujitori's stats, ironically, because I used Fujitora so much, but I don't remember his stats. What was Boo's stats? I don't pay attention to these units because they were so relevant when the update was dropped. Whitebeard is still good, but not like super good. S tier, yeah. Megumin I'd probably put in S tier. Doflamingo is probably like, as well as like Mihawk, I'd probably put like Doflamingo next to Mihawk. I think Doflamingo is amazing. I don't know if I covered this already, but Doflamingo is a great unit for just killing the air units. And that's it. He's just mainly just to kill air units because he does a lot of damage to air units. Just to the very first air unit that's coming out or whatever. Now I will be right back because I don't remember what any of these units DPS are like anymore. I don't remember Fujitora, and Fujitora I used to use all the time. So I'll be right back. Just get a reminder of what these guys' stats look like. I know this guy's 70 range, Usopp, but I don't remember his other stats. All right, so I'm back now. I basically just spread them around between A and S tier. I think Fujitora and Byakuya are A tier, and these guys are S tier. However, I don't know if this guy's Koneui. I'm assuming he's Koneui, so I'm just gonna put him S tier. I know it's kind of disrespectful to like Nezuko and Gon, but they have really bad flaws in them. One needs a bleed unit, and one is just way too expensive for no reason really. Those are the reason why they're A tier. So that's like the main reason why they're below the other S tier units. However, if you're just going for leaderboard, like if you don't care if you're just going for leaderboard above wave 64, don't even look at the S tier and below. Just look at the S plus and above. Those are the units you're really gonna be looking at when you're going for that wave 64 plus. You know, for the wave 70 basically, I should say. Wave 70 plus, these are the units you want to look at. S plus and above. You don't want to look anything else below that. Yeah. And I know I probably shouldn't even make a tier list on talking about that because I haven't even gotten to wave 70 yet. But hey, I beat wave 59. I might show a clip of actually getting to wave 60. Like beating the air units and getting to wave 60. But I don't know. I mean, you just have to take my word on it if I don't. So, yeah. Finally done that. But if I make it to wave 71 or above, I'll be sure to make a video on it so you guys know exactly how we done it. However, I'm gonna say this before I do that. We used a unit, unlike everybody else who got to wave 71 or 69. We have a strategy that let us consistently beat wave 59 air units all the time as long as we don't mess up. It's a trick that we figured out, but I don't think anybody else who got to wave 71 or 69 actually knows about. And I don't know if I really want to show that to in a video because it's genius. It's actually I might as well anyways, but yeah, it'll blow your mind really, I think. I don't know. Anyways, I'm just gonna stop recording now. So yeah, that's about it.